So hello, who are you then?
I'm Charley Boorman, and I do the old trip around the world on bikes and all sorts of blinding memes and all sorts of stuff.
As everybody knows, you're a bit of a biker, aren't you?
A little bit, yeah. I quite enjoy it. Yeah, ever since I was about 7 years old, I've been into bikes. I remember my mate Tommy Rochford, who lives in our local village in Ireland, had a little 125 sort of motocross bike, and I used to hear the noise. Eventually, I plucked up the courage to go and ask him for a go, and he gave it to me. And I rode around this field for a couple of times and fell off. That was it. I was hooked for life.
Well, that's interesting because, as everybody knows, your father is the famous director John Boorman. I mean, given a choice at the age of 7, would you rather have been Robert Redford or, I don't know, Barry Sheen?
Steve McQueen, maybe. Steve McQueen, because he's had a bit of both, didn't he? He was a great movie star and he was an amazing bike. In actual fact, not a lot of people know this, but Steve McQueen rode for the USA in enduro racing back in the day, and he went and took on the Russians. Yeah, he was a big biker, very big biker. If there's a great film everybody should watch, which is I think called On Any Sunday, and you'll see Steve racing, an amazing racer.
Or how about the Dennis Hopper, Jack Nicholson film?
Dennis Hopper, yeah, that would be a good Easy Rider. It is funny, I had 3 posters in my room when I was a kid. I had the Easy Rider poster, and I had a poster of Barry Sheen, and then I had a poster of Farrah Fawcett Majors in a red bathing costume on my ceiling.
So you can line your back and look up.
Line my back and look up, yeah.
We'll veer away from this. We're going down a dark alleyway here. Charley, so I met you 5 years ago,
yeah.
And you were just embarking on this wild and wacky idea with your mate, someone called Ewan McGregor. I don't know whatever happened to him.
I don't know, he kind of just waves a lightsaber around now, doesn't he? Yeah, no, we did meet about 5 years ago, or 6 years ago, 2004, and we were just talking about this idea of going around the world on a motorbike and around the top of the world, and yeah, we ended up doing it, and you know, now 7 years later, and I've done 6 trips around the world, and just finished one just now called By Any Means. Last year I went from Ireland to Sydney by any means, so using the motor transport that's appropriate to the country that we're in, so like bikes, cars, trucks, elephants, tuk-tuks, boats, you name it. Did that last year, got to Sydney, and then this year went from Sydney to Japan on the east coast of Australia, to Papua New Guinea, Indonesia, Philippines, Taiwan, Japan. I'm here promoting the book and DVD just in time for Christmas. Yeah. One of the great things about riding motorbikes is that it's a great level, and that you can you can go. I've been on lots of trips down through South France with a bunch of 10, 15 bikers, and you can sit down. You can be from a scaffolder to a CEO of BP and everybody in between. And the great thing about riding motorbikes is you have this common passion. You know, in a car you have to drive a car, but on motorbikes you choose to ride alone. And although you ride alone, you're kind of never alone really on motorbikes. And it's a great fraternity. And so you can always, if you're a biker, you have friends all over the world, and on By Any Means and all these different places, we met a whole bunch of different bikers, and all incredibly nice, all lent me bikes, all look after me, and so yeah, it's a nice fraternity to be in, it really is. So if you have a passion for bikes, it's good fun.
Now, for a lot of people who didn't know who Charley Boorman was before 2004, of course you did a fair bit of acting, didn't you, as well? Just quickly run through your acting career. Big roles, small roles.
Small roles, yeah. Well, I started off when my father's a film director, a guy called John Boorman, who did films like Deliverance and Excalibur and Hope and Glory. And so I started when I was about 3 years old. I played a part in Deliverance. I wasn't the banjo player, just so everybody knows. And I just played a small role in that. Actually, I got a tricycle for that, and I thought maybe that was the kind of thing got me into motorbikes. But I did that, Hope and Glory, Excalibur, Emerald Forest, Bunker, a whole ton of other stuff. And so yeah, a bit of everything really.
And what does your, I don't know whether she's long-suffering or not, but your wife think of basically her husband stroke little boy swanning off around the world being a biker? I mean, how good is that?
Yeah, she's great. She's brilliant, my wife. Without her and without her support and stuff, none of this would be possible. I think that everything is run by my wife to see if it's a good idea or not. She has a great understanding of what's good for me. And she's a brilliant mum, and she runs her own business. And ever since I met her, I've been travelling around the world and making movies or biking things or whatever. So she's quite used to it. And she comes when she can. We often go back the way I came with the kids and all this, so they can get a little bit of an understanding of what I've done. I do a lot of work with UNICEF as well, and so I try to get the kids involved in that and stuff, so that they can see that, you know, that we're very lucky on this side of the pond, and to be living in Europe where we're so incredibly lucky, and the kids get it pretty tough around the world. So it's good. It's good to for them to have a look and see what UNICEF are up to around the world.
Now I know that your friend Ewan is struggling to find work these days, and you're much more famous than him. So would you have him back in a series and a book if he begs?
Yeah, you know, I don't know. I might make him sort of beg for a while. Oh, Ewan's, you know, he's just finished a fabulous film with George Clooney called Men Who Stare at Goats. And Ewan just seems to go from plateau to plateau. He's a world-class actor.
But I bet he misses.
My mate, really.
And I bet he misses, though, despite all the films he's doing. I bet when he knows you're swanning off again on a bike, I bet a part of him wishes he was there.
He does. I mean, it's like yeah, he does. I mean, I remember a friend of mine was last winter was going off for a season of skiing for the whole season, and there's, you know, you and I both were sitting there going, "You lucky bastard," you know. And there's always an element of that, always. And but you know, he's always rings and asking for how's it going, good texts and stuff. So yeah, so we're always.
So what's in the pipeline? What's going to happen next year?
I've got a couple of things going with BBC at the moment, and it's really early doors now, so I'm quite superstitious, funny enough. It takes me all sorts of time to sort of make sure I've got all my things that I need to get going on my trip and stuff. But so it's a little bit early, and I'm quite superstitious, so just wait and see. But there's lots coming, so with a bit of luck, I'll be off again.
And it will include a bike and somewhere exotic, or maybe not.
It will definitely include bikes, it will definitely be exotic, and there'll be a little bit of trouble, I'm sure.